Hello, how are you? Hi, guys. Jim, you're the first. How are you? How are you keeping, Jim? Hi, Jill. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Painting Houses. Good morning from New Zealand. Wow. Hi, Betty. How are you all doing, guys? I'll just move myself a little bit here. Tom's daughter, how are you? Hi, Hazel. How are you keeping? Jim is doing great. That is brilliant. So, what have you all been up to? Hi, Bobby G. How you keeping? Maureen is fine. Tom's daughter is freezing. Hi, Terry. Good morning, Sue from Southern Illinois. Wow, Terry, welcome. Hi, Nancy. I'm good and yourself. Hi, Nana D. Painting houses is busy at work. I presume you're painting, are you? Hi, Jan. Nice to have you, Jan. Is it freezing, Jill, in Michigan? And Bobby G is doing great. Well, that's fantastic, guys. Thanks, Maureen. Yeah, Hazel, I'm doing much better. I've still kind of have the kind of after effects of like a kind of like a cold. Mornings seem to be a little bit harder, and then kind of the evening times kind of comes again. Um, yes, painting houses is a painter. Your name, your channel name gives it away. So, how many of you are snowed in? I see there's been a lot of weather, bad weather. Nana D, how's the weather? Grave Tales, how are you? Colorado, brilliant. Jan, I'm glad you're here. This is just until the weather improves and there's a bit of a stretch in the evenings, and hopefully we'll be able to get back out, do our lives out in graveyards. 17 degrees for Jill. Painting houses, it has been very hot. Wow. Cold and lots of snow at Nana D. Wow. Hazel, it's raining. Yeah, it's raining here, Hazel, as well. Yeah, guys, you've got to keep. Do you think Terry will get snow? Maureen, you've got to keep warm. Um, Yesterday was our first kind of really. Now it was cold, but it's that nice cold where the sun is out and you're not actually freezing. Like we had a coat and stuff on us, but it was just gorgeous. Indiana, Bobby G. There was a snowstorm headed your way this week. Wow. Yeah, Jim, that was Glendalough. And Glendalough kind of holds, I was saying that it holds a special place in my heart. Wicklow is stunning. Absolutely, the whole of Wicklow is stunning. You've Baltinglass, you've Hollywood. In Wicklow, would you believe we've a Hollywood, and Glendalough, then Lara, just beautiful areas. That tower, I can remember being there as probably 4 or 5 year old. The door into it is actually 12 foot off the ground, would you believe? And it was just the way the round towers were built all those years ago. I suppose it was a defense mechanism that if they couldn't get in your door, if your door is so high off the ground, there's not going to be too many people trying to get in. And if they did, you were going to be killed, I'd imagine. Brilliant, Nancy. Uh, wow, Maureen, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, the snow drifts are the worst, Nana D, aren't they? We had it here in Ireland a few years ago, and the snow was bad, but the drifts were just, oh my, it was just unreal. And I've never seen anything like that here in Ireland. Do you mind the snow, Terry? Are you looking forward to it? Hi, Pam from England. How are you? Whereabouts in England are you, Pam? Yeah, Jan, we'll have a cup. I think I'll probably manage two videos from the Glendalough. Um, from what you've seen yesterday was just a little small clip, really, of what we had done. Rod, $5, -20 here in Pennsylvania this morning. Wow. Keep warm, Rod. Yeah, so, excuse me. Glendalough is just amazing. Like where we are, there's a visitor centre. It's very touristy in the sense that it has two lakes, a beautiful walkway around the lakes. The lakes are unreal. And if you drive up out of Glendalough, I mean, just it is, to say it is like being somewhere else is, it's, oh my God, it's so scenic. You go up a back road, and all the roads are like that. But you go up onto the mountain, and there's this amazing waterfall. And if you go far enough up, you come to a place called Lugalo. Now, anybody that knows or has ever heard of Michael Jackson, and I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, there's a place there. When you drive up to the top of the mountain, there's a place called Lugalo, and there's a Guinness Lake. It's called there. The lake actually looks black. There's loads of deer. There's a little house down there. And years ago, just to tell you a quick story, I was in Lugalo probably, maybe 15 year ago. And on that day, they were doing an auction down in Lugalo, down in this house. You cannot get to it, like it's just down this lane. It's all very, very private. I think it was Lord Lugalo maybe lived in it. I think that was his name. But that day I was blessed because if you bought the catalogue, they let you come down into Lugalo Estate. And so I bought the catalogue and I drove down, went into this beautiful, beautiful house. It had loads of antiques, loads of art. It was mind blowing. You could walk amongst the deer down right at the Guinness Lake. And that's where Michael Jackson actually retreated to for a number of months, I think. I'm not sure when that was, but it was just a nice little story there to share. But Glendalough is just amazing. So we went up yesterday. Was kind of our first day out and about, and the day wasn't great to start off with. But as we got closer to the little villages coming up towards Glendalough, the sun came out, and it was, as I said, it was very, very busy. We had lots of French students, Spanish students, all sorts of nationalities, which is lovely to see. People are back out traveling. And so it was very, very busy. So for a lot of the time, we were kind of trying to film and not film, and you know yourself. But we kept getting distracted by, and I'm sure you've seen it on the video, the mountains and that sun just starting to set over the mountains, and it was shining out on that lake, and it was just magnificent. We found some beautiful headstones. I mean, there's a lot of history around Glendalough anyway. St. Kevin's Church, the high tower, the round tower. There's an oratory there, a little priest's house, a kind of like a monastic site. Excuse me. And it's just magnificent. Um, Thanks, Maureen. Thank you. Hello from Northeast Florida. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of getting off track here. Me and my husband spent 4 weeks in Ireland driving around. Loved it, still didn't see everything. So, oh, brilliant grave tales. Yes, you have to come back. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Hi, James. James, I haven't actually. That is a name I haven't heard of. Trask. Am I saying it right? Trask. Hi, Chubba Wubba. How are you? My husband's family is Manion. Is that right? Manion? Manion. I haven't heard of that either, to be honest with you. Um, But yeah, so we kept getting sidetracked. We were trying to film as many of the headstones as we could. Hi, Siobhan, welcome. And the beautiful scenery, just you just keep stopping to have a look at it. We took probably a million pictures. But their Irish Eyes knows the name Mannion. I don't. It's strange because Irish Eyes is actually from the west of Ireland, and the surnames in the west are completely different to the southeast of Ireland, completely different. So he knows the name Mannion, which is great. But Jim, it was beautiful there at the cemetery, by the way. We have a town here in my state called Ireland. Wow. Probably probably be the closest I can get to the real Ireland. Well, I'm bringing you Ireland, Jim. It's the best I can do. Maureen, the channel is blowing up in the sense that I think I just go into the app here just to I mean, I am amazed, guys. There's no two ways about it. I'm absolutely overwhelmed. We are currently sitting at 3,670 subscribers, and you all know my Christmas present. Hi, Aaron. My Christmas present was that we would get 2,000 subscribers shortly after we reached 3,000. So, Maureen, if I can find it, um, in a month alone, we're kind of sitting at an extra 1,100 subscribers. And in the last 7 days alone, we've got an extra 403 subscribers. So, Maureen, that answers your question, I think. That's how much the channel has grown just this week alone, which is just fantastic. Oh, Johnny Cash. I love Johnny Cash. Hi, Betty. Yeah, isn't it great, guys? But yeah, so what I'm going to do is split the Glendalough one into two videos. I was going to do three, but it'd be too kind of bitty, if you know what I mean. So I think it'll be two, probably maybe 20 odd minutes each. We'll do that. We've found some absolutely amazing headstones. And I know I'm always talking about our Robin. Our Robin came again, and I'm actually going to put a little piece of it into the video because I was nearly touching him with when I was trying to video him. I was literally touching the robin, and then we literally just left it to the robin. Wherever the robin went, we went, and my God, did he find some amazing headstones. There's paths around. I mean, the whole place is really well taken care of, and there's lots of little paths that you can kind of walk around. But middle-aged bald guy, how are you? Yeah, isn't it great, Brian? We're just flying up. It's just like suddenly and I hope it'll keep going. Maybe I shouldn't say anything at all. But yeah, we are growing, and it's just amazing. And you will get there, Brian. It is a lot of hard work. But when you do, it's like YouTube starts to recognize you and puts you out there. Um, yeah, Maureen, the robin then was showing us the way, would you believe? It was going from one place to another, and I'm not messing. It was the best ones were just under these beautiful yew trees. These were very old headstones, but the decoration on them was just outstanding. And I'm sure now you've all watched the Kilnanore um, little cemetery we did, and those fantastic carvings on the headstones. That's just, it's probably the nicest cemetery that we have on this channel at the moment as regards the magnificent hand carved hammer and chisel. Um, that's all these men worked with, was just a chisel and a hammer, and they just worked away on a piece of stone. And how, I don't know, because I have never seen anything like the carvings that were on these headstones. Hi Doris, how are you? Um, it's just, I mean, you've seen it, but when you're standing there amongst those beautiful, beautiful headstones, and I'm touching those beautiful headstones from the 1700s, like you're talking 1750s, 1760s, 1770s, and to know that one man, and there was only a couple of them around the southeast of Ireland and at that area, um, Dennis Cullen being one, there's a J. Byrne, and there is, I think his name is Brian. His surname would be Brian. I mean, so there's probably only maybe three around that era, around that time. Um, so you would just wonder how long it would take one man, um, like how long would it take him to make a headstone? Now, I was talking to, you might remember that I mentioned Owen. Owen is a friend of mine, and we do hope to meet, and we hope to maybe meet Owen, um, and meet him in a cemetery or something. He has an amazing knowledge of 1798. He is the one that has pointed us to certain cemeteries that has the likes of Dennis Cullen's work and stuff. Um, so I am really, really hoping to meet Owen. As I said, he's got plenty of information for you all out there. But I was talking to him this morning, and unfortunately, the man that cut those beautiful headstones by hand, we there doesn't seem to be a grave for him, or at least a known grave, and there doesn't seem to be anything that we can find at the moment of where he is buried. And there's talks that he may have been caught up in that whole 1798 rebellion, possibly lost his life. Who knows? It would be fantastic to find out where he is buried. And if he doesn't have a headstone, boy, does he deserve a headstone or a memorial or something. He was just gifted. And I mean, it's easy to say now the headstones are amazing, and they are. But a lot of them now are done by, laser, and it's not like it was years and years ago. So if anyone deserves a proper headstone or a proper memorial, it is certainly our Dennis Cullen for sure. Now I'm just going to get caught up on a few comments. Let me see where I was. Hi, Jan. Yeah, there are Coleman's. Coleman's actually in Wexford were a big business family. It was brother and sisters. They had one brother and one sister. Sorry, both of them now unfortunately are passed away. But they were Coleman's, and that was their surname. And they had a lot of businesses in Wexford town. So yeah, very popular name, Coleman in Wexford town for sure. Bellflowers, no, I have never actually heard of that name, sorry. But yeah, Coleman for sure. Let me see. English Grave, how are you? Thank you very, very much. Yeah, Maureen de Robin was showing us the way for sure. Oh, Chubba Wubba, wouldn't that be amazing? 10K by autumn, that would be fantastic. Maybe that's my next. I'll put it out there for the universe to to hear me and to hope for. Wouldn't it be just fantastic? Uh, Kilconnell Friary. Whereabouts is that? Grave Tales, please. Kilconnell. It sounds familiar. Jim, I haven't. I might actually take a look at that. That sounds right up my street for sure. Yeah, I think Queen Barb the rock star from California. Wow. Jan, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I have found headstones that are maybe 30-year old, 40-year old, and you cannot read anything on them. Sometimes you find that the marble headstones, especially if the lettering is not kind of pushed into the stone enough, if to just carve it a little bit, it just totally wears off. I mean, with the weather, it just wears. And to see those headstones still, it's I don't know, it's just unreal. Irish Eyes has shared the link to the 1700s headstone. Brilliant. Robbie Thompson, how are you keeping? How are you, Bob G? Anyway, how are you keeping? The Shore War Gym, there's just, you can't compare it to the headstones years ago. Hi, Roma, how are you? And then, do you remember the big high cross in Kilnanore as well? Uh, I posted the story of the evictions of the Kinslas and stuff, and it was times were hard back then as well. And as far as I remember, um, they were being basically the story was they were being evicted. They couldn't afford to stay, and they were being evicted. And I don't think James Kinsella did a whole lot, but he lost his life. As far as I can remember reading, he barely said anything, but struck a gate with his what do you call him, a fork. It's like for tossing a straw. He hit that off a gate, and I believe he was shot dead. So it's nice to see that to have that beautiful high cross for him as well. So lots and lots of history, just so much. Yeah, the handcraft. I mean, I suppose in reality, as I was just saying there, how long would it take one man on his own, to carve something so beautiful like what we have seen in Kilnanore? The crucifixion. I mean, the dice guys, I didn't understand what it meant. The dice was on one side four, and on the other dice on the side was five. So four and five. And four and five obviously makes nine, and nine represents the ninth hour on which our Lord died on the cross. So, you know, how significant is that to the story, regardless of looking at a headstone? So it's just all of those little details. You have the hammer, you have angels, you have the Virgin Mary, you have serpent at his feet, you have the soldiers. It's just phenomenal, the work that just goes into that. And then you've got all the lettering as well on top of that, so it's quite amazing. Really, really is. No, yeah, Jim. I think with the technology nowadays that, you know, it's just a mass. What would you call it? It's just constant turnover of headstones, and unless you go in specifically with a certain style, um, in your mind, it's something that you probably can go in and almost like point and pick out. What we have actually here in Ireland is we have shops, um, headstones, and memorials. The shops are there. um, some of them would have the cut stone already, the design on the stone already. Some of them you pick out your stone, then you pick out your design, and then you give them the wording that you want on it. So it's become kind of a real commercial thing, where you can just, as I said, go in and pick it out, and it's done. There's just a turnover is always there. But can you just imagine years ago trying to find a man that makes a headstone and, quickly I need it by, next week. What's the chances of that? It's not going to happen, like. So it's just it's the whole thing, when you sit and think about it, it's just amazing, full stop. And sad that this man does not have any kind of marker or memorial, and he definitely deserves one. And I'm going to be in contact with Owen again and see if Owen can figure out or find out at all whereabouts he would be, and maybe talk to somebody that's in the know about getting this man a memorial. And he definitely needs one, and he definitely needs a really, really nice one. Yeah. Jim, we've been talking about this merchandise thing, and at the moment, it's I'd love to do it. Hi Vicky, how are you? At the moment, I just feel that the channel is still not big enough to start something like that, because all of you are so far away from me. Well, most of you are anyway. And if I was to put something out, I'd want it. I don't want to throw out just cheap merchandise. I'd like to get something that's really nice. I'm going to have to figure out a few things. I have been thinking about it. But for postage and stuff, it's crazy. The price of postage is just ridiculous. And so I've been sitting thinking, and I will continue to think and wonder and hope. And maybe if the channel grows a little bit more, that it's something definitely I would love to do. Coffee mugs were, yeah, or mugs in general were definitely something I'd love to do, because you all know now I absolutely adore my coffee. And funnily enough, when I have been sick all this week or last week, it was coffee that got me through it, to be honest with you. I don't know how many cups of coffee I was getting through every day. Hi, English Grave. Do you know something? I'd love to meet anybody. I'm open to all of that. Absolutely. My hope, we have so much. We had plans to do Dublin, as you know, that kind of fell at the wayside because of, we've been sick. So that is something that I am 100% ready to do. We have been sitting and Googling and researching and looking at other YouTubers' videos on Mount Rome and Glasnevin. There's a few then down in Cork I really want to do. There's a few in Limerick I really, really want to do. So I'm really going to have to sit down and plan it out properly. And then it's all kind of weather dependent. It's like I can't say I'm going to Dublin next Saturday to wake up Saturday morning and it's spilling rain, because it just doesn't work that way. So it is kind of like you can plan a certain amount, if you know what I mean. But English Grave, I'm actually in the moment I am planning my trip to London. So that is something that I really want to do. And I have so much in my head at the moment that I want to do it, and I want to do it all now. That's kind of the way I am, and it's just not possible to do it all now. But yeah, definitely send me an email or something, maybe. A glass of wine, Hazel says. Oh, Ballinasloe, County Galway. Irish Eyes probably knows that area better than I do. We were only down in Galway just after Christmas, would you believe? That's where we did the Seymour Mausoleum and the Daly Mausoleum. And then it spilled rain for, our duration there. Excuse me. And so we didn't get to do a lot that we wanted to do. Kilconnell Friary looks like an abandoned old castle, very cool. There was an old Mannion tomb we went to see there. Wow. Yeah, Irish Eyes knows Ballinasloe well. And of course Galway, obviously. Yeah, Maureen, that'd be good, wouldn't it? A mug with the channel name on it. Yeah, Aaron, how are you? The Quaker, funnily enough, today, just it's a coincidence now that you say that. The Quaker burials were a big part of my channel at the very, very start and kind of dotted around in my channel as well. And I mean, when I'm looking back now, I'm kind of almost embarrassed by the bad editing skills, the bad camera control, all of that. But we were up around that way today, looking at another cemetery. And I just said, you know something, that's where it all started. That was the big shout out Ron gave me. He shared a clip. Oh God, that must be, it's not a year ago yet, would you believe? It's probably maybe June, July last year. And he gave me that huge shout out and actually took a clip of my video and put it into his, I think maybe I did share that maybe on my community page. But so we were driving back and I said, you know something, we must just go in and have a look. So we didn't actually get out of the car because it's a really bad area for parking, but I just drove by it and stopped and looked in. So what I am actually going to do is I'm going to do another video on that Quaker little burial ground. I don't think I did it any justice at all when I did it all those months ago. And I'd really like to get back in and get Irish Eyes in, and we'll kind of try and clear some of those headstones a bit better. They're definitely older than the one I just did, Aaron. But there is loads, Aaron, on my channel of Quaker little cemeteries, loads of them. There's one where all the headstones are exactly the same, just all in these rows. And that cemetery actually was really, really nicely. I just can't think of the name of it at the moment. I can't think of the name. I think it's Ballinaclay. I could be wrong. But that was a beautiful cemetery and it was really, really, really well looked after. And then we've seen some absolutely, just these little Quaker burials in the middle of farming fields that are just completely forgotten, completely overgrown. And it's just really, really sad to see it like that. Yeah, that's true, Jim. People do absolutely. It was their bread and butter for sure, and that's all they knew back then. Canadian Kerry, how are you? Oh, thanks, Nancy. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, Betty, you're right. Actually, yeah, it's I mean, who goes to find somebody that will hand carve a headstone anymore? I just don't think it even happens. Maybe it does. I certainly don't know of anything like that now. I mean, the headstones nowadays are stunning. Like, there's no two ways about it. They can put your photo on it. They can, do a photo from where a place that you love to stay. It's amazing. They can make cars, teddies, I don't know, statues of our Lord. I mean, it's a different craft now than what it was then. But I mean, I'm not saying that the headstones nowadays aren't beautiful, because they absolutely are. It's just a different craft now. That's all. But I mean, where would you even go? All those. I just keep thinking of trying to find um a man that will do a headstone, and how fast will he be at it? It must have took him weeks to do a headstone, you know. Hi Yvonne, how are you keeping? Wow, from Africa. How cool is that? I'm just catching up here, guys. Whoops. Betty, you're right. Coffee is absolutely, it's better than anything. Yes, Janet, I certainly did. We're just out of it now. Well, we were out of it from yesterday, but I still have symptoms. We all did in the house, bar the smallest, the 8-year-old. Thank God, escaped. We completely isolated away from him, which was a tough week, you know. But yes, we are over. Thank God. Ah, thanks, Doris. Yeah, you know, I just don't want to put out. I don't want to be fast about it and put out something that's not amazing. Um, so yeah, I think I'll just take my time, and do it that way. Linda, thank you so much. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to go through messages here as much as I can. The Shady Man M15, a little fuel in your car to bring us brilliant videos. Oh, thank you so much. Guys, you're just great. You really, really are. Oh, thanks, Janet. We're doing much better. We really are. Yes, Maureen, we are doing much better. I don't know whether you can still hear. I still feel like it's from here up. I feel a bit icky still. Just keep taking paracetamol, drinking lots of coffee, and yeah, just hopefully the end of it is there now. You know. Yeah, Irish Eyes. The cemeteries in London are called, I should say, the Magnificent Seven. I mean, guys, if I could spend 2 weeks in London, I don't know whether we'd get all the cemeteries over there done. I mean, these cemeteries are, oh my God, how many hectares did they say there were? I can't remember. It's hundreds, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But we're definitely, it's in our plan now. Um, for me, the sooner the better. But I suppose financially wise and work wise and kids wise, it's not going to happen, really, really fast. I want it to happen really, really fast because I'm so eager to get over to Highgate, especially. Um, but before that, we would probably hit Dublin, up to Glasnevin, up to Mount Jerome, and there's another place there. It's a church. There's actually two churches in Dublin that I want to do. One has the head of, I think it's Oliver Plunkett. It's the, what would you call it? It's his head, but I can't remember what to call it. I remember as a child, going up to see it, and I was horrified. So because I was horrified back then, I'm definitely going back to have a look. The cathedral that he's in, is it St. Peter's? I think St. Peter's. It's an absolutely stunning cathedral. And then there's another church that we want to see as well. So we want to try and fit everything in the kind of in a couple of days, I suppose. Jim. Coffee, a gift from God. It surely is. It's the only thing that keeps me going. I'm not messing. Yeah, I'm nearly caught up. Sorry, guys. I just want to go through all the comments. I don't want to miss anybody that has come in. Oh, Sharon, yeah. So I had just said, Sharon, the pair of dice represents, if well, you won't be able to see it as clear as what I could see, but on the dice, on the faces of the dice, I should say, one was a 4 and the other was a 5, and that represented 9. And the dice then itself, the number 9 represented the ninth hour, on which our Lord died on the cross. And how beautiful is that? I mean, you would not know that by walking past the headstone. I didn't know it at the time. I had to do some research into the meanings of the headstones, and sun and the moon, that represents, I suppose, night and day, death and mortality and all of that. I mean, there's just so much in those headstones. It is quite amazing, to say the least. But that was what the dice actually represented, so pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to get something to clear all those cemeteries, Linda. We were just talking today. We need to get a shears or something to be able to cut back some of that bramble. But in that Quaker burial place there, I'm definitely going to go back. I'm going to bring something back with us anyway, for sure, to try and clear as much as possible. Because at the time I was on my own up there that day, so I didn't really get to see much. But if I went in even with just one of those, the hedge shears, I'm not sure what they're called. I call them hedge shears, hedge cutters maybe, just to snip it back, and we could clear it that way a little bit. But from what I could see from the roadside, it definitely looked like there was a path through. Yeah, George Michael, that would definitely, if we go to Highgate, that is absolutely one of the famous graves there that we'll definitely cover. Oh, Terry, I've just been binge watching on YouTube all the videos of Highgate. They are just so, like, everywhere as you walk through Highgate, excuse me, as you walk through Highgate, there's just so many beautiful Gothic style monuments and headstones, and famous people and not so famous people. The Victorians were just, when somebody belonged to them that it died, they made these amazing memorials. And I just know what I'm like. I will not be able to I'm just going to have to get my head into gear. And the same in Glasnevin, because Glasnevin is so huge, and just take snippets of the area. Even in Glendalough, I would have read every single headstone. So I need to kind of get blinkers on me just to keep going, because the video will be days long. It'll be just there's so much there. You'd end up spending forever in that place and never see every single headstone. It's just amazing. Yeah, Daryl, I absolutely adore the cemeteries and the graveyards, but the number one for me is definitely the mausoleums, the crypts, and especially if you can get some sort of peep inside. I mean, you don't even have to see anything inside. I just want to see, empty space. If that's all that's there, I will look for empty space, or even better, if there's a niche. And then, of course, obviously the big one, if there's a coffin, that to me is just, oh my God. And you've seen that, and I keep saying that Ireland doesn't have an awful lot of mausoleums, but the ones that we find, we have been lucky in the sense that they have been in pretty good condition outside, at least. And most of the ones I have found, and surprisingly found, we got a glimpse inside, and I mean, that just to me is just, I get super excited then. And it's just amazing. I mean, it's kind of the morbid side of me, but I don't do it. You know, I, I don't. I mean, I show respect all the time. It's not like I don't deface mausoleums or crypts or anything like that. I don't. If I can't get an easy look in, I'm not there trying to break open a door or anything like that. It's just the fascination of it all for me. And I think most of you are like that, in the sense that, oh my God, there's a coffin there. Oh my God, it's a lead coffin. Oh my God, I can see inside the coffin. To me, it's just fascinating. And then, some of those coffins, especially the one in Temple Michael, where they were just laid out and the dust had settled on top of the coffins and there was old wreaths on top of it. And it just looks like that when the last person went in there, the door was sealed and nobody else has been in there. Nobody else has seen in there. And then we get to look in, and it's just amazing. It really is amazing. That's the one, Shady Man. It's Oliver Plunkett's head. Sugar, I'm after jumping past all the comments again. Sorry. Yes, Oliver Plunkett's head. That is the one I was trying to figure out. That's definitely the one that I'd really, really, really like to see. As I said, I've seen him. Well, I've seen his head. I don't know how many years ago, and I know it scared the life out of me, and because of that I probably didn't have a proper look at it, so it's something I want to get back and have a proper look at. Brookwood Cemetery is only 20 minutes drive from Heathrow Airport. Wow. I'll have to have a look into that one as well. Thanks, Maureen. Daryl, you're from the US, are you? Greg, how are you? Sorry, I'm just getting caught up, guys. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Linda, we're talking about George Michael, are we? Yes, to seemingly have George Michael's name is, it's not George Michael. I can't pronounce it. I'm not going to try. But there's three. It used to be just a plain white cross, but we just seen today or yesterday, I'm not sure, that they have now George, his sister, and his mum, I think, is in the middle. So that makes it even better to be able to go back to actually find it for sure. I know it's not on the map. The Highgate Cemetery map, they do not have George Michael's grave on it, and it's not on the tour. So we will have to go hunting for him and definitely find him. I will not be leaving Highgate without paying my respects to George Michael for sure, and obviously showing all of you as well. Oh, yeah, Jim. Keeping up appearances. Mrs. Bouquet and Richard. Oh my God. I used to love that so much. I don't know where he's actually buried, Jim, to be honest with you. Do you know where it is? God, that was such a good show. Compared to what absolute dirt is on telly now, those were, so funny. So funny. And Mrs. Bouquet, God, she had some airs and graces, that woman. Thanks, Canadian Carrie. I actually do have a Go Fund Me page. I mean, I usually, anything that comes into that goes straight back into the channel. So, like diesel for the car, or, that kind of thing. So thank you for that. That is very thoughtful. Yeah, I don't know what happened to his sister Hazel. I didn't even realize that she was buried there till we were looking at the video. Hi, Peggy. How are you? But she must have been very, very young as well. Yeah, shady man to do. You're dead right there. Take it all. Oh. I think so, Kathy. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm a bit biased. Glasnevin is really, really stunning. And like, you've Daniel O'Connell, you have Luke Kelly, as it is in Glasnevin, and then Mount Jerome. I mean, you've loads in Glasnevin. I can't even name them all, but Mount Jerome is really, really stunning as well. We've lots of kind of mausoleums and stuff there as well. Um, but our hope is definitely, fingers crossed, Glasnevin, if the weather is fine, and I'm afraid to say this, that I will be there next weekend with Irish Eyes, hoping the weather is good, because as I said, our plans kind of were thrown away to the side with us being sick. And I'm kind of really upset about that, really sad that we didn't get to go, because, I've been itching to get to this place for so long. So I really, really hope for the next couple of weeks at least, and we will get up there. Yeah, Daryl, do you know Kilnanore definitely had sheep or goats there. I'd say probably sheep, just given the area around it, had sheep kind of grazing out on fields and stuff. But you could see just the droppings everywhere. So there was definitely something there anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's something that people keep saying to me is about goats and sheep to kind of keep down the overgrowth, which is a fantastic idea. Yeah, Terry blinkers. I'm not messing. Irish Eyes would tell you I would just go off into I don't know, into the wooded areas. I'd be lost because I'd be trying to see what headstones are kind of hidden under trees and stuff. Oh, that's right. Yes, David Kelly. Yeah. Do you all remember the new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film? David Kelly was he was the granddad in that, and just an amazing Irish actor. So we hope to find him as well, of course. Yeah, Linda, I don't know. I think it was just the style of. I used to actually believe myself that in those box, I think they're called box tombs or something similar to that. I just presumed that the casket was actually inside it myself. And then obviously on our walks and our travels, I've often seen them where the sides have kind of caved in or broken and there's nothing there. And then we found one down in Drina, and the tomb had, the side of it was completely gone. And when I looked in, there was a hole probably 12 foot deep down in it. I also found the same out in the little cemetery in Ardcavan. The same thing, this huge kind of chest tomb or box tomb, I think they're called, and the whole side of it was gone out of it. And I did it even actually on the video camera. I leant right in to have a really good nose, and all I could find was like straw. So I don't know whether the line between the coffins with straw as well, maybe that's something they did, or hay. Um, but yeah, so the coffin is not actually in that part of it at all. It's obviously goes down. It's probably just another style of monument. I don't know. And unfortunately, with those kind of tombs and even the tombs that lay flat on the ground, the weather seems to just really destroys the writing on them. It really, really does. I presume that's because it's looking straight up at the weather. So they are always really, really hard to read, unfortunately. Yeah, Jim, you see, there you go as well. The north of Ireland, like, I mean, the north of Ireland is just, uh, for scenery wise, even, it's absolutely amazing. But I know, and we have been looking as well, there is some beautiful, beautiful cemeteries up in the north. Did you, Hazel? Fair play to you. Hi, Scouse Alan, how are you? I just seen some of the names coming in. Now, am I caught up at all, guys? I think I am. Hi, Susan. How are you? So yeah, today then we went up. We went up to Church of Ireland church just to find a particular place. We had actually been to this place before. There's a particular lady in it um, that we wanted to find, and we found her, and we found some beautiful headstones. The Church of Ireland headstone, guys, are just magnificent. And you have esquires and captains and generals, and they all seemingly lived all in castles and everything. So there's good video will come from that one as well. I won't say who it is yet. It's going to be edited and hopefully out, if not this week, next week. Well, hopefully it'll be out this week. I might actually put that one up before the Glendalough one. St. Patrick's Grave North, did you? Oh, wow. Scouse Allen. Liverpool, yes, I'd say he is he? Now, I think I have caught up to you all. Scouse Allen is a new subscriber, guys. Welcome, welcome. You will be made so welcome here, and welcome to all our new subscribers. We have a fantastic bunch here. Over the last few weeks, there's never any negativity on the channel. I have to say, 99.9% of the time, the comments are always absolutely amazing. Lately, we've been getting a few not so nice comments, let's just say, but I mean, I just delete them now. I don't get upset. I don't answer back. I just go, no, not having you here. So, Alan, we have an absolutely fantastic bunch here. We really, really, really do. I think we've kind of all got to know each other really well. And we have a loyal bunch here, and so you will be absolutely 100% welcome. And we absolutely, we're just a fantastic group. What can I say? We really, really are. Did I miss something there? No, sorry, guys. 1 second. Around Peppermoon, I actually just posted orbs. Maybe you've seen those. Excuse me. Sorry. They're in the Daily Mausoleum while I was videoing. Now, I do absolutely 100% believe that 80% of orbs are mist, or dust, or a fly, or something along that lines. But there are times when you will catch an orb. I did years and years and years ago now, maybe 20 odd years ago. There's a complete difference between an orb and a piece of dust or a fly. The orbs that I caught had, I don't know, it's just all like little shards of light in it. Completely different colour. One of them was extremely bright. There was nothing around the area. Have I caught them around graves? The only time I can remember videoing was in the Daily Mausoleum. And as I videoed, now I don't know, I'm not sure myself, but as I was videoing, I could see that usual kind of rush of And I think they are orbs for the simple reason is dust will only kind of fly up into the air if you disturb it. I was not inside the mausoleum. I was outside with my gimbal, looking in, and you can see several kind of little orbs flying up towards the phone, the gimbal. I do believe in the afterlife. I do believe in all of that. I'm open to all of that. If I were to capture an orb, I'd be telling you all for sure. I'd be shouting it from the rooftop. Yes, Greg, there's a video here from Carrigan and Escorty where it's undeniable that it's a fairy. I'm sorry. I know people will go, oh my God, stop. It definitely is. We zoomed in. I slowed down the video. You'll see it yourself. And it was like an enchanted forest. The area was itself. Just absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I do believe. And as I say, anything I catch, I will absolutely put it up, you know. Yeah, and into that one orb then that you can see a face in it. It's quite strange, but it's definitely there. Yeah, Susan, I think it was. I can't explain it any other way, do you know? Yeah, Jim, you were telling me about that. I think she did. I'd be pretty sure she did. Excuse me, guys. The video with the fairy Roma is, I think I have named it the Enchanted Forest or the Enchanted Cemetery. It's a few videos back, but if you scroll back down, you will find it. I'm sure it's called the Enchanted. And actually, I think I put in a second little video of that clip, shortened and slowed down, and you can see the fairy the way it flies around it. I can't explain it, you know. I really can't. Anyway, guys, you know something? I'm going to go. I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Yeah, I did, Shady Man. I felt nauseous. I like pins and needles up the back of my head. The feeling like I needed to leave, and I had to leave, and that is absolutely 100% sure. I've never had that feeling before, actually. Oh, thank you, Nancy. We have another subscriber in the house, guys. Nancy Colvin, is it? From Illinois, USA. So welcome, Nancy, as well. Nancy, this is just absolutely amazing. We were just talking, and you would be so welcomed here. We have a fantastic bunch. We really, really do. But guys, I'm going to have to go. Hi, Craig. Thank you. But thanks so much for coming in and listening to me go on and on and on again. Videos will be up. Glendalough, the Church of Ireland Cemetery will be up. So there's a good few to come in over the next week and, next few days. So don't forget, guys, to turn on your notifications. Share if you can. Let's get us up to 4,000 subscribers. What do you reckon? That would be fantastic. So take care, guys. Stay safe. God bless you all. Bye bye.